In Ghana, this is Confessions on TV3. Thank you for watching us this Sunday evening. Tonight, we're going to have an amazing time with a lady with her confession. She says that, yes, I did know my husband before he knew me, and I'm curious, is it the knowing where Abraham knew Sarah and they begat Isaac, or which kind of knowing? I'm as curious as you. Confessions is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Let's go into the booth and take this confession. This lady came in with her confession today. It's amazing how the women love to talk. And that is why we heal. Women are able to express their emotions, their confusion, even their confessions and their secrets. Yet, the sons of Adam hardly do so. And so no matter what we go through, we always heal. Talk about it. If you do not trust the one you're talking to, I am here, always in the confessions booth, taking your secrets and keeping your secrets, yet giving you information that will turn your life around. I am here. The lady is with me. My lady, you are welcome to Confessions on TV3.
Thank you, Miss Nancy.
Now, you have my ear.
I knew my husband before he knew me.
What do you mean? Did you live in the same area or something?
No. My husband and I have been together for 3 years now.
Okay.
And he doesn't know that we actually met 12 years ago during our university days. At a party then. I was there to give 2 guys oral intimacy.
You were where?
I was there to give 2 guys oral intimacy.
That's
Truth or dare
game.
Yes,
And
please.
you were there to give some guys.
BJ.
Okay.
But things escalated and it turned into a gang bang with 3 guys.
Okay.
My husband was at that party and was one of the participants. It's not surprising he doesn't recognize me since it was a dark room.
Okay.
And I have a knack for remembering faces. After that night, we didn't meet again until about 9 years later. I want to tell him, but I'm unsure how he will react.
You want to tell him that
Yes.
you met him 12 years ago at that party? Or you want to tell him that 12 years ago you had a gang?
Bang with him and one other guy, which is threesome. But I don't know how he's going to take it. That's why I'm here for advice.
I have always been saying that if something is in your mind, whatever the guilt is, come to us here. I will take it in the confessions booth. But I'm scared for this, my sister. You want to tell him, all right, let's get into the studio. I do not want to take the wind out of the sail of this conversation. Let's go into the studio. Well, I have heard so many confessions right here in the studio, and I must say, this is one of those that I'm shocked at the confessor for coming forward. Like with this confession, I want to hear, we want to learn, but it still amazes me that she says that she knew her husband before her husband knew her. And the circumstances under which they knew this knowing is not exactly fine. And she still feels like there is something she's not shared with her husband. Doc, Bibiya Yaboko.
I'm Dr. Fidel Osweji. I'm a psychologist and education consultant as well.
Good to have you. Thank you.
Thank you, too. Bob Marley said something. He said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Emancipate yourself.
Which is very necessary, because if you look at the situation, men are kind of jealous, and then theirs is internal, and then the women's own is outwardly.
Yeah.
for that matter, if I get to know that a friend of mine had a thing with you, is a done deal.
What is done? Is it the feeling you lose or the interest, or it doesn't make you place value on the woman?
Yeah, it doesn't place value on the woman, and also I will not want to be in competition with somebody I know. Say friend. No. Do you understand? So for the fact that we had, a gang thing, I would want the lady to keep it secret and see a psychologist to go through, say, cognitive behavior therapies to erase that from the mind, rather than letting the man know. If there is no reason why she wants to confess, then she better confess to God and keep quiet.
Just, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, on the side, anyone with a comment or contribution or question?
Hello, Miss Nancy.
Hi, my dear.
Miss Nancy, I would say I feel the lady just don't like peace of mind. Because if you are someone that enjoy peace of mind, I don't think you want to confess that. I would have loved to die with it. I won't say it out.
Yes, my dear.
Good evening, Miss Nancy.
Good evening.
You see, I don't know. It's always too late. Mihuyanka, it's not catchy. So we don't really care about what we are doing today. Not knowing that our past cannot be changed. Our past can never be changed. So this is why we have to be careful about the things we are doing today, because whatever you are doing today is a true reflection of tomorrow.
I do not know what it is, and I think that my producer would help me. We will get in touch with technical people. There are people like that. Every now and then they feel the need to share wow, amazing things they did in secret a while ago. I knew of a story where a young lady, 2 weeks to her wedding, told the groom-to-be that she had slept with 16 people since they've been dating, and the youngest one was about 17 years. I mean, I knew of an issue like that. And nobody beat her. It's not like she was caught. Nothing was wrong. She was preparing for her own wedding, and she decided to air that. I mean, let's bring the people in. Let's have a very serious conversation about it, because me cry no me yem sheme mano on even confessions, because we are seeing people. Let me welcome the gentlemen coming to have this conversation. Why is it two gentlemen? I'm not happy about it, but I love them anyway. Reverend Dr. Abraham Boateng, Pastor Little. Also, I can see the energy there. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you. Love like Sobolo, huh?
Love like Sobolo.
That is what he does. You can follow him on social media. You would love the content that he shares and his events as well. Pastor Ronald, relationship counselor, please. Pastor Ronald. Now, the sister that brought this confession, trust me, because what you were going to do or intend to do, I do not know. But gentlemen, what is it that people do things from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, they were not caught? They wake up one morning, their hometown people come pour something in their ears, and they said, I will confess. And not on confessions where nobody gets to know who you are. They start telling people involved.
Ms. Nancy, thank you. You know, the context change. When you are in the context of trust, context of love, context of assurance, you want to open up. You want to let others know who you are. So when you have those who are in the religious context, they want to cry. They want to open up to God. This is me. Yes. They want to open up to a father. They want to open up to the Catholic context, Catholic father, confession. They want to open up to somebody who is higher. They want to open up to somebody who they know that this is the person who loves me. And that is the context that we get to. But when we come to the issue at stake, there are issues. Let me bring another dimension. You see, to the young people, you want to eat your cake and have it. You, this young man, you want to enjoy somebody. You think somebody will not enjoy your wife. Life is in circles.
So sometimes we actually reap what we sow without knowing.
Indirectly.
Because this one, he's reaped. He made a mess out of someone else's daughter, and then now he owns that mess. Yes. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah. Let's clap for karma.
So
we are clapping for karma.
And it shall be given unto you, pressed down, a good measure, shaking to the running over. That is just by the way. So there's absolutely nothing wrong. Some people have the perception, and we're discussing earlier with Sofo, that some secrets are for the grave.
Yes.
Some too say, no, if I meet the right person that I can trust, that I know that, for example, if this is my wife, I've told my wife everything about the worst things I have done. I can trust you with the worst things I have done. You can also trust me with the worst things you have done. But the psychologists and the experts said something about how women approach things, how men approach things. So if there's a context of the person that I know, this person have opened up, maybe I was God forbid, I was an armed robber, I did this, I did that. And if you look at the magnitude of what you are doing or what you have done compared to what I can even tell you, then you feel that, oh, I can also tell you this. If we are in that context, then why not? But still, it's an issue that you so cause.
Let us take this opportunity to appreciate the Catholic Church for confessions. This is my show, and I know the healing it has brought people. And I can imagine the number of people that were supposed to take issues to the grave, but they went to speak with Father, and they were healed, and nothing really happened. If you have an opportunity, go confess. But I'd rather you confess at the right place, right here on TV3 with Miss Nancy. Pastor Roland, it's good to have you.
Good to see you. You're looking good.
You slay, man. You slay.
Thank you. I'm learning from the best. I'm learning from you.
Well, I mean...
You're looking... I think the word would be elegant.
Thank you, sir. It is. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's an our moment, right? Yeah. Back to the conversation at heart.
Yeah.
Our sister, something is doing her to tell.
Yeah.
Bibi and so koka. Era confessions.
Yeah.
If she had told another sister, another brother, if we are pushed to confess, whom should we confide in?
Okay. I think that from what Osofo said, I think that her guilt, there's a guilt eating her up. So she wants a release point.
Yeah.
And she's also fearing the unknown. Whether or not, if I don't tell him, one day he will find out. So then let me come out clean. Let me let him know so that he doesn't have to find out another way. Right? I think those are the two things which perhaps is influencing her to confess. Right? Now, if you want to confess, ideally, as he said, in the context of trust, you can. But sometimes people are judgmental. And so it is not everybody you can share your weakness with. It's not everybody you can share your mistakes with. They will meet you at Nkoko with it. I'm joking.
I know.
They'll meet you on the way with it. I don't know whether you've heard that joke before. So one day, 5 years down the line, 2 years down the line, it's popping up, right? The relationship changes. Now, if you are even going to the washroom, he's asking questions. Hey. Are you taking your phone to the washroom? What's happening? Are you chatting? You see, there's that. And so we've been having a discussion like that. You see, when you confess to somebody, right, when you give somebody an information, you have put the person in a very interesting position. Because once an information comes, you have to act on it or not act on it. So you give the guy the information. Acting on it or not acting on it. Even not acting on it is an action. What also happens to his mental situation, even as what's he supposed to do with that information?
Yeah.
Do you get me? So the point is, okay, whether I'll share with him or not. But for her healing, I think that the best person, as Doc said, is to find somebody who is a professional who can handle the issue. Or if you have a very good pastor, it's also good. It says A.
The word is very
Pastors.
good.
A very, you see, listen.
They've been using it for messages on
No,
the pulpit.
No.
Yeah, for what's the book preaching down?
Miss
Very
Nancy,
good
Miss
pastor.
Nancy, we
Very
do this
good
work.
pastor.
We do this work. You see, if you're a pastor and you believe in the work Christ did on the cross, then you believe in a second chance for everybody.
Yeah.
And you believe not being judgmental.
Now preaching, no, I'm preaching there.
No.
Mr. Nancy, yeah, it's true. Na interest say preaching.
Masam now.
Just say what's up now.
And that's what's up now. What's up now? An illustration, maybe from somewhere, right? Not from you, because
Please
it is.
speak to the brothers.
No,
Whilst we're
it
on the
won't
topic.
it won't be ethical for someone to share their very personal information with you, and then you go and use it as an illustration for a message.
Yeah.
If you would use it, then you have to ask permission from them and say, okay, this experience you had and the testimony you had from it, I want to use it as an illustration. Can I use it? Should I use it with your name? Should I not use it with your name? Right? If a person says fine, then fine, you can use it. But if not, you don't share it. It's a personal, confidential situation you have with the person.
And
And
it's
we've had
unethical.
several encounters and communication with us, with other people. And the things in our head is plenty. So if you have a very good pastor who has also trained in counseling and all that, it will be very good to go and share. And he will help you deal with it. He'll help you deal with it. So a counselor, as he said, your pastor, it depends even on the faith you also find yourself. You could speak to the head, and you see, you must know who you are dealing with.
That's right.
So some pastors, maybe, or some people, when you share with them, you hear it on Onuya, or you hear it on TV3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But there are some you can bet the information you give is kept very confidential. And they will be a release point for what you're going through. So basically, that's what I'll say.
Tonight it's an all-men affair, so it's I'm not finding it very, very balanced. But I'm trusting on you watching live on Facebook or watching live on YouTube to be giving your commentaries. Women, rise up. Are we just supposed to die with this all? Dr. Fidel, what do you think?
I think that, as I rightly said, the woman is supposed to not try or to venture, because when you speak or when one speaks, it's a seed. And then this seed, when it comes into a processor.
Yeah.
Now, no matter how the person loves you, now love is acceleration of likes. It's acceleration of like that triggers percentages of love. So acceleration of dislike can also make me not love you. It can reduce it.
The love.
It can reduce the love. And so therefore, if you tell me something that my processor tells me that this woman cannot be trusted. Mind you, boys who want to be bad boys with bad girls and not want to marry the bad girl.
Yeah.
True.
True.
So if I've done some bad things with you, I don't expect to keep you in my house.
Yeah.
I want to have some Mary in the house.
Mary.
That when I travel, I know that,
She's safe.
Mary is safe.
Nancy in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nancy. Nancy, see, you're talking about Mary. AD, blah, blah, blah. This is 2024.
Sorry,
Miss Nancy
sorry,
is the
Miss
virgin.
Nancy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm the
Miss
virgin.
Nancy. So, thing is, if I had a thing with you, and it was not only me or another person, I know for sure that then if this person is also in contact with you and I'm away, what do you think would happen? So my processes will not be at rest at all. And the long story is going to be, you know what?
Yeah, let's let it go. I can do this.
And then one thing is that it was the lady, or is the lady, that has that ability to see people in the dark.
Yes.
So
Women
keep your
actually-
gift like that. Keep your gift.
Yeah, women naturally pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, women
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Some men would do everything and nothing with you in their bedroom and would see you and not even recognize you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, whilst you're on this conversation, somebody asked me in my inbox recently that the man that is pursuing her to marry her has proposed to her 3 different times at 3 different locations, and anytime he approaches her, he forgets that he's met her before.
Wow.
And it makes her uncomfortable. Does she end up thinking that, okay, this person likes me so much, or he's just a person that is forgetful, or we cannot take him seriously?
Miss Nancy, I want to. Men have some unique issues sometimes. Sometimes I forget birthdays. I try. If I don't write the birthday down, I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
So we have some
Or
unique
you don't
issues.
put it on your phone.
On
But
phone.
the same woman,
Yeah, it's
wherever
possible.
you meet her, you propose to her.
Let's say, or don't know or feeling.
Are you just acting as a brother's brother? Or
Oh, for the brotherhood.
this one is for the brotherhood, right?
But Mr. I want to add something to what Doc said.
Please
the
do.
unfortunate thing is that if this woman, it stays with her, that's the problem, no problem. But if unfortunately somebody leaks this information and I'm with you and you could not tell me and somebody have to tell me, then there's a problem.
There is a problem. Thank you very much. Let us take this break. When we come back into the studios, let's ask, when we are young, when we are youthful, during SHS, JHS, unit days, the things that we do, that is the age of experimenting, exploration of our youthfulness. Can they be used against us? Or I was just young and wild. We'll be right back. You are welcome back. So there was a gentleman behind that had a question or contribution.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much. For me, I believe this confession, she needs advice. So the best advice I can give her is, let me say the best can give you forgiveness is yourself. You are the best person to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Because living my single life, whatever happens, that one, I am not entitled to anybody. And then he too is not entitled to anybody. Yeah. And you all met in the same room. Has he ever tried to also tell you what he has done in the past? My past is my past. If today, right now I'm single, if I get married tomorrow, my past is gone. You can't lay on my past and ask me whatever I did in the past, although it's wrong. But before then, friendship, courtship, did you try to explain to yourself, talk about your past, whatever bad things that you have done in the past before? Did you sit down to talk about it? Or have you ever asked your husband, your past, what did you do?
Yeah.
Try to reflect things similar to...
So for you, whatever sin she committed it with him.
With him.
And he has never tried to come out with a confession.
Yes.
So what is her business coming out with her?
Yeah, and then she's supposed to forgive herself, not whether a psychologist or what. You can talk to me, but if I don't forgive myself, it can never get out of my mind. So at least I'm supposed to forgive myself first.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself, he says. Thank you very much. That's a great point. We all know these are years of experimentation and adventure and whatnot. Can it be used against us?
Generally, life is like an investment. It's like money given to you. Whether young, whether old, you are spending it. There are psychological effects. There are what we call baggages. There are some people who will not enjoy their marriage because of what they did. Yeah. Whether you like it, you cannot eat your cake and have it. There are some who, God forbid, are not able to give birth maybe because of some actions. There are some who are having bodily deformity, spiritual deformity, psychological deformity, financial deformity because of what they did in the past. When I'm young, I'm at the university and I'm going out, dating, they say, is to gather data and not for mating.
Yeah.
So
dating
you gather,
is not for mating.
Yes, it's
Thank
to
you,
gather
sir.
data and not for mating. Be mindful that what I'm doing today to have a bearing on my life tomorrow. So if I invest positively, tomorrow I'll reap positively. Yeah. And if I do not, it will have a strong bearing also on me. So please, my sisters at the university, at the secondary school, after all, if you go to secondary school and they ask you, what is your occupation? You write student. What is students supposed to do? Learn.
Yes.
That is all.
That's what you
Relationship
went there
is not
for.
part of it. Investing.
But Sofo, don't you agree that you see, if a young man is getting to know a young woman, we all are not Bible-believing Christians. Other people believe in other religions
100%.
that allows them to mate. So if
Dating-
you are mating a man with the intention of marrying the person and you don't even marry the person, you are excused. But going gang banging,
You know, Miss Nancy.
that's a serious sin in a sin.
You know, I just remembered my days in the university. KNUST.
Confess. What didn't you do?
Oh, I think that I remember the stories. I remember people I spoke to.
Yeah.
The energy levels are high.
Yeah.
The stress levels are also high.
Yeah.
So you could have people wake up at 12 midnight and begin to shout. Because they had to find a way to release.
Yeah.
And those days we used to have drink ups. The drink ups were dangerous drink ups.
Yeah.
You must know what is in there.
Before you drink it.
Because if you, the trick was know the brand of what you are drinking.
Drinking.
If you have not seen the brand, don't drink it. If you see it together in a punch and you drink it, you begin to see colors very well. You begin to, when you see the color is separating.
Clear.
And then you are seeing the separation.
open.
When somebody speaks, you are hearing. Then it becomes louder and louder and louder. And so you begin to see everybody small. You can take care of. You see. God have mercy. You see, in the universities, and you have a lot of drug use.
Yeah.
And now it's even becoming more common.
Unconscious.
People are taking in gummies and all that. I'm not sure a young girl with no trauma in her background, no trouble in her background, can decide that she's gone to a party, and no drugs, can decide that she's gone to a party and they are doing dare of oral sex. And she's able to boldly stand up, whip it out, and start, and then go to the next level.
Not just one person.
Not just one
Three
person.
people.
Be that generous.
Oh, she was kind.
Very, very.
She was kind.
So a lot of these things, if she didn't have any mental, psychological problem then it has to do largely with drugs. So it becomes so common now. I am encouraging young people, have fun, explore, have your adventure, but drugs, stay away from it. Orgies, stay away from it. Because later it will come to haunt you. Right? Later it will come to... you could, at a point, sit down and say, I've repented from all my sins and all that. But those sores, sometimes they leave scars. I'll leave it there.
They do. Those sores, they leave scars. On Confessions, there was a woman who on her wedding night insisted that her husband bring in 2 other people. Because for her, anytime she's having sex, am I right, Esther? Anytime she's having sex, it has to be with multiple men. And the man actually thought that she was joking. She gave the man contact of guys that could come in and help them. They have 2 children now. The guy is not sure whether any of the children are his in Accra, Ghana.
Things happen in Accra.
In Accra, Ghana. So you have no idea what is happening. And probably she has an experience like this at the university that she was unable to let go. Guys, have fun by all means. Do everything that you're supposed to do as a youth. But please do not sin within sins. Let it just be one. One sin is fine. Fornication is fine. I'm being gracious.
Oh, but there are needs that have not bowed down to bow. Look, there are wonderful young people in our universities and our secondary schools who are able to do it, who are able to live chaste life, just life, good lives. Not even Christians, other religions and the like.
People.
So it is possible.
It is possible. But whilst he's believing in you, we know virgins that are sleeping with women. We know virgins that are masturbating on a daily basis. There is no point, my dear. You are still sinning.
Sin there is sin.
Miss Nancy, for the fact that we grew up in a very conservative traditional society where we have to be truthful, for this particular one, take it to your grave. Because for the sanity of your marriage, for the sanity of your husband, for the sanity of yourself, please don't open up. Me, I mean, Sebema, no, like he was part of it, as my brother said.
Yes.
We're all together. He was part of it. He's never thought of even coming to tell you. So why should you go ahead?
I'm sure he's still joking about it with his friends whenever they drink. The same guys he's hanging around with. No, the woman also, is she not fantasizing about one of them? Because she said she held it like a microphone and she anointed the microphone. And she preached over all of them. So if she did, she may remember the sizes, knowing that she pays attention to detail. What if the friend is coming to the house and she's fantasizing, oh, the last time? Is there a possibility that you can do this and wish for it again?
Oh, it's very possible. Yeah, very possible. Very possible.
Doc, is it true?
Very, very possible.
That you have a gangbang and you fantasize about gangbanging?
When you introduce a woman to a thing, when it comes to emotional communication, expect more.
That's women. Everything you give to us, we amplify, multiply.
Yes. So that's how God has made you guys. So if, this is why we have some of the problems that a lot of women are complaining that their husbands are not too good with. Check the last person you was in relationship with.
Yeah.
Sometimes some guy that is on some serious drug that, listen, has prolonged the longevity of the woman to
Above the average.
thank you very much.
Above the
And now
average
you
time.
marry an innocent man, and now the
Who is
innocent
a
man
regular,
2
minutes.
2 minutes, 5 minutes. Natural God's record. God's record.
God-given.
God-given.
See the way you are. Are you natural, God-given only? You people, if you need to, add on. Oh. You don't know where she's coming from.
Yeah, until further notice. But the thing is, we are talking about what God did.
God has done.
Hey, Christian men, do better. Some other
try.
boys are pushing.
So you should know that this lady that has been in this kind of act is something that normally it comes up. Now, why she wants to confess is not actually the essence of the confession, but it's something that is triggering within her that she cannot handle. That's why she must go through cognitive behavior therapy.
So she actually needs a
Yes.
technical person
She needs
to
a
deal with
technical-
what is happening in her head.
Like my brother said, he says that, oh, just forgive yourself. No problem. If God has mandated you to forgive yourself, we shall say.
But other people
You
just
cannot.
cannot.
You need help.
You need help.
Need help.
Yeah.
You need to speak it out. Why we go to church and they say we should confess our sins. It needs to come out. Once you speak, it goes out of you. Once it stays within you, it grows and it magnifies. So you'll be there and there will be thought coming up. Pump, pump, pump. Then you'll be dreaming. You start dreaming and say some demon is following you. No.
Yeah.
It needs to be taken out.
What are some of the things? What are some of the things that, as women, as we grow in, we should be mindful of, because it may come up, like things that you guys. I know that a lot of the uni students watch the show. Most of my, in-house resource people, my studio audience are all from the universities. They are watching. I want you guys to itemize it, gentlemen. Please itemize it for them to know that this is extreme. Stay away.
Hey, Miss Nancy.
Pastor Little.
On which day were you born? Which day were you born?
Pastor Little, I was born.
Yeah.
It's likely
Ajwa. Efia. Efia Nancy.
Where are they for?
Yeah. Miss Nancy, like Doc is saying, we should avoid all the extremes.
Yeah.
So extremes in everything. And I think that summarizes the whole thing up for us. And then when your scope is defined, in counseling you say definition of scope. Your scope is defined by somebody. The person who defines your scope directs your life forever. So sexually, who defines your scope, emotionally, every aspect of your life. So please, if you are the investing down things that taking extra, like Osofo gave us, drugs, taking extra help, now there are a lot of things that are going on, sprays and things, you need those kinds of perspectives. Please be mindful. Life is not in the extra, it's in the excesses. Just follow, be yourself. Even the king of the jungle, if you've observed the king, the lion, it's not so.
He isn't. Thank you.
As it were.
Also for Ronald, I need you. There are parents watching. They are still having teenage, adolescent, adult children living with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't see them drink anything wild.
Yeah.
You don't see them smoke. Yet you see characteristics that are not too cool. They need to be advised on what else is out there on the market that could affect their children, so they watch out for these things. So you were talking about what?
I was talking about some drugs here.
Yes,
Yeah,
and we
but-
were talking about gummies, and
Yeah.
please go into detail, itemize them for us. We're here to inform and educate.
I think that now with drugs, it's been introduced in all kinds of food. So I remember when we were at school, they used to say "wishito." So sometimes people put
Weed in
shito.
shito.
Yes, they do.
Now we have.
And
Now we have.
now,
Wheat toffee.
so now you have it
Weed
in.
in shito, weed in toffee.
Now you even have it in
Donuts.
cakes.
Condensed toffee has
condensed
got
toffee.
weed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You will hide till Jesus comes.
In cakes.
in cakes. Yeah,
In cakes. In ice
Yeah.
creams.
in ice cream.
Weed in
sobolo.
cakes, in
Yeah, in
ice cream.
sobolo.
Love like sobolo.
Sobolo. Oh, it's true.
In drinks and stuff.
Mostly it's the sobolo.
It moves faster on.
Yeah.
But you see,
When you experience all, boy,
Serious.
so
You'll get you. No.
I think I was speaking to a doctor. He said, if they even smoke it, it comes out of their system. But if they put it in food, sometimes they don't even know the quantity which has gone into the system. So that it stays in longer and it creates a toxic situation. But I think one key thing as a parent
Yeah,
is to have a very good relationship with your child.
yeah.
If your child is, if you are open with your child and you are not always screaming and they are able to open up to you and tell you certain things. They may not tell you the entire picture. They'll present snippets of it and you can pick on it and then follow up. If your child is part of a cleaning group and they go out cleaning and all that,
Bus stop boys. Volunteer to work with bus stop boys.
giving bus
You're
stop
doing
boys
amazing.
thing.
Wonderful job. Yeah.
And yeah, let them use the energies there.
Create your own. Have purposeful friendships and associations.
I like that word.
Purposeful.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Miss Nancy,
Give it
what?
to me. Give it to me.
And I think you'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
It should come with a check. Yeah, so this is it. We need to learn. And parents, we are making sure that we're giving you information, because looking back at some of the things, and you know, I heard some of the girls are smoking these days, like
Yeah.
a lot of the ladies are smoking.
Apart from the smoking, now there's balloon.
Yeah, the balloons, the shisha.
Can you imagine that as an unexposed parent, you have a child, an adult in her bedroom, always blowing a balloon. You don't know what it is. You said, "Why you are crying?" And I pay balloon, I did go. And she is blowing her life away, blowing her destiny out of her. Parents, we got to be careful. Yes, gentlemen.
Miss Naz,
Hi.
dear for today, dear. Before I talk, you look so aesthetic.
I look aesthetic. Thank you. Thank you. I love the Englishman. I do.
I want to tell everybody that the lady who feels like saying the truth is very necessary, because the Bible says in John 8:32 that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Hallelujah.
And the same way, Jeremiah 33:3 says, I said Jeremiah, Isaiah 40, Isaiah 40,
It's okay.
29:30
Yes.
says, He strengthens those who are weak and tight.
Yes.
You understand? So if the lady she's bold to tell the truth, it's allowed. And the lady has always a means that she is supposed to get married. Why am I saying this? So no more fear. I didn't just say what I say.
So for you, the fact that she went through this process doesn't make her less a woman.
No. Because the dog was saying something else like, it's not necessary. It's very, very necessary. Because me like this, immediately you tell me the truth, I will allow you to go. And it will still be, it need to be more than the one that, Charlie, let do more. Do you know why I'm saying this? Do you know why I'm saying this?
Tell me.
The reason why I'm saying this is, I was once in it. Why am I saying this? I traveled to Kumasi. When I came back, my lady was having sex with a different guy.
Okay.
You are not married to her.
I'm not married to her. Even their family know that we are about to.
You are together.
Yeah. Very soon we'll get married. And this is the case whereby she did that. I told the lady that, no, you don't have to go. Stay. You belong to me.
He is one in a thousand. What?
The second coming of Jesus. Yes, we just saw Jesus.
Yeah.
Because the lady said she doesn't feel good
After that.
after that, so she feels like going. Then I let her go. Like I'll keep her.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
A microphone here. This is Confessions on
You're a good
TV3. Opinions, they say, are like noses. He says that the fact that she did those things those years back doesn't make her less a woman. It doesn't take any value from her. So there are still men in the system that will take you just as you are, Ajua. You are lucky to meet a gentleman like him. God bless your soul. But if you meet these three gentlemen by me, right here in the studio, you will not be sure. Let us wrap up the show with some words of encouragement, the way forward for this lady and for those watching us. If you are the gentleman and your wife comes to you with such a confession, same, worse, or less, how should you handle it? Doc.
Okay. What I'll say is this. For me, I cannot live with it.
Okay.
So if you come tell me that, in fact, the way my processes are like, it's going to bring a lot of problems. But what I can recommend is, after leaving her, then my wife can marry this one.
There are men like that who can forgive.
Yes.
So you cannot. So understand that whilst you're giving out these information, the people you are giving the information to have different capacities.
Yes.
And process of mind and thoughts. So you do not expect two men to handle the same issue same way. Are we on the same level? Awesome. Ozafo.
If you're the man and your wife comes to give this confession.
Yeah, you were not involved with other people, whether you were involved or with other people.
With other people, right? I think that if we have the mind of God, then we should be, another big word has come into my mind, magnanimous.
Magnanimous.
We should decide to also give people a second chance.
Like Jesus. I know a pastor who says that, hey, me de minye Yesu.
That's.
I don't give second chances.
You see, I think that you must, in your mind, decide that, think about giving a second chance. Perhaps you have a child.
I like that expression. Think about giving a second chance.
Yes.
Because some people cannot give a second chance.
Some
and
people,
if you can't, let it go.
Yes. So, because sometimes the issue is complicated, right? You have, you may have a child, you may have children, complicates the issue. You can't just leave, right? If you're also a Christian and you think that God has washed the person clean, right? Then you should, Miss Nancy.
When it comes to issues like this, do we even think about God washing anybody?
You see, because a lot of times, the way we practice our faith, some of us have divorced ourselves from our faith, right? But if you understand and appreciate your faith, then you could have that mind to give the person the second chance. Because you could even look at the current situation. The person is with you. You've not seen any signs of cheating. The person has changed, and the person is with you. So if you, and it's not something which happened in your marriage. It happened before your marriage.
Yes,
and the other thing is that with this particular circumstance, the guy also, you were also involved in such behavior.
So you are both guilty.
Right. But it's because society has given us the impression that a master key is super. A master key is super. But a lock every key can open is useless. Right. So that's the thought we have. So it's put men in the situation that, okay, I could make mistakes and
Get
that
away
you
with
should
it.
forgive me. But so I think that if you're the man, you could also decide to give the woman the second chance. But understand that when you give that second chance, the relationship is not the same. But key enough, forgiveness is good because you yourself, in this particular circumstance, you have been forgiven. Yeah.
Nurse Nancy, thank you so much.
Yes,
And
Sister Fran.
for somebody to trust you, to come and confess to you, if not what is happening from within the person, and the person looking at you to trust you and to confess to you, tells you something that I know you are a mature person. So if my wife comes to me and being mindful that I know my husband, how he is, and I can tell him this very delicate matter, I think as a husband, you should even applaud your wife and try to find place to forgive her from a Christian perspective. The next point is that when you bury a secret, be mindful of friends, family, and relations who have shovels.
Yeah.
Because this particular issue, or whatever issue I know people who are watching will be going through, to you it's a secret.
Yeah.
But for all you know, if your husband gets to know from another source, that is another issue on it too. I'm here with you on the same bed.
You didn't
Live with
tell
you.
me.
You never told me. And that comes with a different perspective altogether. I will trust somebody who will tell me the problem. This is it. Than for me going to hear outside.
Because sometimes it's even embarrassing for other people to know the weaknesses of your partner.
Exactly. So let me know. Yeah. So let me know so we deal with it together.
I hear.
But when you come, as a Christian, find a place in your heart to forgive. If you can't, like Doc is saying, fine, we can find ways to amicably dissolve, but if it is possible, still find a way to forgive. Yeah.
Now, if you are watching us live on TV, you're watching on YouTube, or any of our social media handles, we're wrapping up and I'm telling you this, that as a young man or woman, the things you are doing today, tomorrow would be your past. It would because the past events of your life. The past events of your life can make and unmake your future. So whatever it is that you're doing today, look at it critically and analyze, is it going to help honor me, give me reference or disgrace in my future or not? And I end by simply saying, stop sinning within sins. Just a sin is enough. God bless you.